Hi, this is Paul Palmer. Today I'm talking about motivation. Motivation of people. What motivates them? What motivates you? What motivates your team? Because I was thinking when I first started in work in business, I joined a pharmaceutical company. But I now see a lot of people motivated to get into the pharmaceutical industry. But my first job was just there first motivated by money, really. The fact that I didn't want to have a lot of debt when I came out of college or university or whichever I ended up doing. I wasn't really looking for a role in the industry long term. I was 18, I was just leaving school, and I went into microbiology. I chose microbiology because, well, I didn't. They chose me. But why did I choose say yes? Well, they were going to pay for my degree. They were going to sponsor it from start to finish. They were going to give me all the expenses I needed, which wasn't very much. And they were going to give me a job. So I didn't have to go and interview lots of places. I went to one and I got the role. And then in the role, what motivated me then? Well, interestingly, it wasn't the money. Yes, I was getting paid, but it was time. I had a flexible flexi time system, I suppose is probably a better way to put it. So I had a flexible routine. I wanted to be able to go to the gym to stay fit because that's what I like doing. I wanted to be able to cycle into work because the location allowed me to do so. I wanted to have my own time, and having the flexi time system meant that I could finish uh, just after lunch on a Monday. There was the option to finish on a Friday. Was the option to finish, and you get a long weekend and spend time with your family and friends. So, although the money was there and the reason to join, there wasn't a change in money, significant change in money year after year. It's like 1.5% raise. To me, that didn't really mean very much. What motivated me was promotion, moving on to the next job, getting the next um, level of benefits, I suppose. So within the job, it was quite hard for my manager to motivate me, but he didn't have to because I was already motivated. I wanted to get on, I wanted to get everything done. Every activity that they gave me, I wanted to learn more because if I learnt more, I could get the next stage of my development. So the actual salary, the base salary and the amount that they could afford to increase each year wasn't much of a motivator. So imagine you've got a team there and they've been in there 10 years, 20 years in that particular role or the particular department. How do you motivate them? How do you make sure that they've got a reason to move on to the next level? Well, you need to understand the people, you need to understand the team. I have people working for me at the moment, and their motivation is to be able to achieve their goals. What are their goals? Well, looking after their family in both cases. So, what do your team want to do? What motivates you actually? It's probably even more important to understand yourself because that will actually explain your behavior, why you get on with some things and why other things are delayed in their delivery. When you're training a team and you want to make sure that you understand why they're doing what you want them to do and why sometimes they don't. I remember having a lady working for me that didn't get on with it. Why didn't she get on with it? Well, at the time, I didn't really know. She just used to have lots of excuses, one after another, that she hadn't delivered. The problem for me was she was capable. She just didn't do it. And sometimes now I wonder why, but I don't know. I don't know what her motivation was, but I suspect it was attention. Because by delaying what she was doing, she was getting more attention from her seniors. If she got on with it, maybe I wouldn't have spoken to her. Maybe I would, maybe I wouldn't. But attention is quite a strong motivator. Feedback is a really strong motivator to improve. unless you do it in such a way that it's really derogatory and it embarrasses them in front of everybody. Although in some countries that's normal. For me, it's not my way. I encourage them to do better, and I support them if they're failing. So maybe I'm still giving them the motivation of attention. So think about it. What motivates your team? What makes them perform at the top level? Are you encouraging them that you want to achieve some high level goal, some project delivery on time? And will they get some support or some additional attention? Or maybe they'll get sponsorship for something if they do really well. Or will they get a big pay rise and move on to the next level? If you don't understand what motivates the people you work with, the ones that work around you, work with you, work around you, work for you, and of course, what motivates yourself, then it's unlikely you're going to get the best performance, because you won't be able to structure the position that they're doing, the work that they're doing, whether that be in pharmaceutical manufacturing, whether it be in the laboratory, whether it's medical device assembly and release. If people don't have a motivation behind them, if you don't understand their motivation, it's unlikely that you're going to get the best out of them. So talk to them. Be part of the team. Don't just be the boss or the manager. Be the leader. Because leadership is when you understand what motivates and you deliver yourself the motivation for the team by giving them something that they want. Be part of something. That's what most of us want. I know some like to be on their own. I know some don't like to be with people. But most of the time, you'll find that the people that work in your team do. And by motivating them to be a strong part of the team, by giving them a reason to be a strong part of the team, maybe you have some sort of activity you do together if you get to the end of some specific goal or project, then you'll find that you get stronger motivation than just by offering money on its own. Because you should consider whether money actually motivates you. I find that it motivates me in some ways and then demotivates me in others. So it's an interesting topic, is money. Does it actually make you do better? Or when you realize that you're not getting what you want, does it then demotivate you and you do the bare minimum? I know that's possible in many organizations to do the bare minimum because I've seen people do it. And they just take the money that they've got and they live on what they've got. They're not bothered about getting more. Not at all. Okay, so that's it for today. It's Paul Palmer. Have a good day. Stay motivated to get on and do what needs doing.